Ever since the so-called Roswell incident of 1947, the US government has allegedly recovered numerous crashed UFOs. But while these operations were once shrouded in secrecy, it's now claimed that they're hidden in plain sight. On February 15, 2023, California resident Jasmine Mendoza filmed a saucer-shaped object being hauled by a truck down an interstate. Strangely, Mendoza stated that the vehicle was escorted by at least 10 cop cars. 2 days later, and approximately 3 hours away, the same object was observed by a range of witnesses on its way to Lamar Naval Air Station. Based on the sighting's proximity to Los Angeles, some viewers surmised that the object was a movie prop, yet props that size are constructed on location. Moreover, what prop would require a federal patrol? Streamer John Robinson, otherwise known as J-Rob, hosts regular conversations about sports and video games. Early into one late night stream, Jay and some friends were discussing the latest NBA news, when one of them felt a cold chill behind him.
And a couple of more pieces. I do like RJ Barrett, but I don't know, it might be time for him to go as well. You never really know. So I say you just build off of those people. Was that a ghost? I say you just build off of those people. Was that a ghost?
I just
yo, Junebug, chill out.
Yo, that wasn't even a person.
Junebug, chill out. I ain't got time for this.
Yo, did we catch a ghost on stream?
Bro, stop.
No, stop it. Stop
Junebug,
it.
chill out. I'm alone.
Hey, I didn't see it. I didn't see anything, man. I was looking at
the Stop playing, bro.
I'm looking at it right now.
I'm gonna go look at it right now because this is
oh, shit.
Bro.
What, Junebug, what happened?
That was not a person, bro.
Bro, chill out. What are y'all talking about? J-Rob,
hey, y'all chill out, man. Hold up, man. I ain't with this.
Bro, go watch it for you.
Please run it back. Somebody watch. Run back the clip. Please, somebody run back this clip.
After an excited J-Rob alerts him to the possible apparition, Chris gets up to turn on the light. On his way to the switch, his body assumes a similar ghostly appearance, indicating it was merely a person who passed him. Crucially, however, Chris maintains that he is completely alone. But is he telling the truth, or did he play along when he saw his friend's scared reactions? In his seminal 1970 book, Invisible Residents, naturalist Ivan T. Sanderson wrote that over 50% of all UFO sightings had occurred over, around, and underwater. Despite this, recordings of unidentified submerged objects are significantly less frequent than their aerial counterparts. This is what makes this potential footage of one so intriguing. In June 2023, Harrison Irabondo was fishing off the coast of Aguadilla, Puerto Rico, when he and his 2 cousins spotted a strange blue glow below the surface of the water. When I contacted underwater photographer Scott Bauer, he theorized that it could be a Portuguese man o' war being illuminated by a night diver. A translation of the video, however, reveals Harrison had followed the glow from the crashed boat beach pier, meaning a diver would likely have moved out of the jellyfish's path by this point. But if it's not a diver, what is this?
Mira, empezó en el puente y está en la boya, mira la boya. El puente está a mano izquierda, Mira eso, mira. Mira eso. Hay algo ahí. Mira algo ahí. Míralo. Yo no sé qué carajo es eso, dale para atrás. Yo no quiero saber. Dale. No quiero saber, dale. Dale. No tenés que lloviazo. No. Dale. Sí, eso. ¿Yo? Wow.
Beneath the water, a strange shadowy figure swims by the boat. After initially insisting on obtaining a better view of the anomaly, the trio opt to flee the scene. It's interesting to note that this isn't the only time Aguadilla has been associated with USOs. On the night of April 25, 2013, a United States Customs and Border Protection aircraft recorded an unknown object travelling at speeds of 80 miles per hour before it disappeared into the sea. With this in mind, is it possible that the 2 USOs are connected? In Aztec mythology, the Quinn and Metzin were an advanced race of giants that inhabited modern-day Mexico during the Son of Rain era. Credited with leaving behind majestic constructions, the giants sustained a millennium-long civilization until they were eradicated by the Great Flood. Or were they? In December 2022, Mexican trucker Louis F. was driving through the state of Aguascalientes when he spotted this enormous figure atop the summit of a nearby mountain.
Yo vi un gigante allá arriba. ¿Qué será? Se mueve, se mueve.
While there's no way to definitively determine the size of the supposed giant, there's no doubt that it's massive. This seemingly eliminates any possibility of an illusion, leaving just two options: either the video is a hoax, or somehow it's real. In 1964, Soviet physicist Nikolai Kardashev proposed a system to gauge a civilization's technological advancements by measuring the amount of energy they could extract. Aptly named the Kardashev scale, the method sorted the civilizations into three types. The most relevant of these was Type 2, a society capable of utilizing all the energy produced by its own sun. But what about a civilization that harnessed energy from a star outside its solar system? On the 8th of March 2012, the Solar Dynamics Observatory captured a shadowy orb tethered to our sun. After 4 days, the sphere detached from the star, with the takeoff leaving a visible wave effect across the surface. Upon the orb's departure, NASA promptly clarified that the event was the result of a phenomenon known as solar prominence. Naturally, however, some were adamant that this was a cover-up, arguing that the dark sphere was instead an extraterrestrial spacecraft using the sun's rays to refuel. If this is accurate, the craft was at least as large as Jupiter, a thought that is incredible, yet terrifying to ponder. Former frontman of the band Leningrad, Sergei Shurov is a Russian punk rocker. In early 2013, he and the band were invited to play at a nightclub attended by the nation's elites. Amid their performance, Sergei reported that the power went out. In an instant, the illumination of the hallway lights was replaced by the glowing eyes of the elites. Understandably unnerved, Sergei and the band immediately packed up to leave. In a separate interview, their story was verified by Russian supermodel Natalia Vodanova. When she inquired as to the cause of the glowing eyes, she was informed that it was due to an effect from stem cells. While this explanation is strange enough, others contend that the reality is even stranger, with a popular theory holding that the elites were demonic. Whatever or whoever they were, Sergei was too afraid to reveal their identities. Similar to many other purported victims of alien abduction, the West Midlands woman known only as Susan had her experiences start as a child. Dissimilar to any other victim, one of the times she was abducted was caught on camera. The apparent first abduction of her adulthood occurred on the night of December 3rd, 2010. After seeing a glowing light outside her window, Susan awoke in a darkened room lit only by pale yellow-greenish grid lines. Standing in the doorway was the silhouette of a typical grey, although this creature stood at around 7.5 feet tall. At this moment, Susan found herself back in bed, the memories of the abduction laying dormant until later awakened by hypnosis. For the next few nights, she was overwhelmed by the fear that something was coming to take her away. To reassure her she was safe, Susan's husband set up an infrared camera facing their bed. Upon reviewing the latest night's footage, however, they saw that she appeared to inexplicably vanish from the covers. Nearly 13 minutes later, Susan reappeared. Searching for an explanation, Susan sent the footage to Dave Hodrian, lead investigator of Birmingham UFO Group. While a prior analysis had concluded the only possible way to reproduce the video was through a hidden device in the bed, Dave verified that it was a perfectly normal piece of furniture, Furthermore, he has argued that there was no reason for the couple to fabricate the abduction, since they neither sought fame nor finance from it. On September 16, 2021, the FBI anonymously received photos of missing Missouri woman Cassidy Rainwater. The several photos depicted the partially clothed 33-year-old confined in a cage and bound to a gantry crane. That day, FBI agents and Dallas County detectives arrested James Phelps, the last person to have seen Cassidy alive. During their process of his house, investigators collected over 200 pieces of evidence, including the gantry device, cage, and portions of Cassidy's flesh preserved inside a freezer. For reasons unclear, the remains were marked with a date, perhaps suggesting they were for consumption. Despite this possibility of a cannibalism motive though, Phelps' longtime friend and collaborator, Timothy Norton, stated that the pair killed Cassidy because she stole from them. In contradiction to this, however, Norton also admitted that he and Phelps would scour for victims at Walmart. As a result of this admission, stories began to circulate that not only were the pair serial killers, but that they ran a market for human meat. Even wilder, word spread that law enforcement was protecting powerful county officials who belonged to the clientele, a theory that only gained further traction when it was mocked by the sheriff. But while this all sounds like local rumours, this video by vlogger Stephen Castaneda may prove otherwise. In mid-July, a few days after Cassidy went missing, Stephen was filming near his golf course when he heard a shallow scream for help. Eerily, this location was only 5 minutes away from Phelps' house.
I don't know if you guys can hear someone screaming for help over there. What? It is a human. That's a human. This is just in case anything happens. Hey, you stay down here. I don't know if you guys see, he's up there. Is it a ghost or is it a human?
Let's go help him.
Okay, he's no. Hey, he doesn't have any clothes on, okay? I'd rather not deal with this. What do you want? What? What happened? How? Huh? What?
Go get Howard.
But what happened, you?
Unsure of how to proceed, Stephen and his mother returned to his property to call 911 when they observed a suspicious black truck camped out on the road. Before they could approach the driver, the truck drove off. Moments later, an additional visitor walked onto the scene.
What are you doing out here on this property?
Yeah, we're floating down through.
And how's the truck?
I don't know how that pickup got down here.
This is our property.
Yeah, I don't know how that pickup got here. Her old man and her got into it right down here. I told him, I said, Josh, I said, man, calm down. I said, I understand you're drunk. You know what, bygones be bygones and go on home.
She's gone. She's out of the water and she's gone.
Yeah, I seen her off in that pickup.
Okay, how do they know this road to get on this property? I mean, I don't know how someone would figure out where this land's at.
Yeah, I don't know how he figured that out.
There's no one that knows about this except
Right.
he's
Right.
the man that beat her.
He went that way. He told me like you. And I'm like, dude, I was like, I'm supposed to be your friend. He took off up through the woods. Went that way. I tried stopping him, tried getting him all settled down. He's like, I'm gonna kill you. I said, well then kill me. Don't be beating on her. I was like, she didn't do nothing wrong to you. I said, you want to take it out with me. I thought he was a friend of mine. Huh?
Yeah.
My name's Scott.
Last name?
I don't want to give my last name.
Well, you need to give your last name.
For what reason?
Because you're on private property here and there was a crime that just was committed on the
No, that
river.
crime happened down there on the other side of the river.
Then why was she up there
I don't
jumping
know.
and naked and screaming for
That
help
I don't know.
and saying she was beat?
That I don't know. We're going down here to get home. If I know she's in a vehicle, I hope she's safe.
Yeah.
I mean, she's a real good friend of my wife, or I thought she was anyways.
Following Stephen's upload, his viewers concluded that the whole scenario was a trap set up by method acts. Yet in light of Cassidy's murder, some now believe that Scott was one of Phelps or Norton. Alternatively, others contend that he was a potential accomplice. Any immediate evidence of a co-conspirator was destroyed though, when Phelps' house was burnt to the ground by an unknown party. Still, if he and Norton did have help, both have remained silent about it. So did they only operate together, or are they the sacrificial pawns of a horrifying human trafficking operation?